Cleveland, Ohio. Is this a cool city? That's the question that I'm going to be answering in today's video. Cleveland, Ohio. Cannot believe I'm back in this wonderful city. I actually came here for my first time about 4 years ago. I don't really remember too much of what we did on that trip, so I'm coming in with a fresh and open mind. So yes, glad to be back in the city of Cleveland. But first, I need to go get some food. So I was going to get food first, and then I saw this. Now, if you cannot make out what this is a stamp, of course. Actually, this is the world's largest stamp. Anywhere in the world you go, you will never find a stamp bigger than this. I'd say that's pretty cool. As I was saying, I am hungry. I need food. And guess what? There is a supermarket located in downtown Cleveland. And it's not just any old, regular, boring supermarket. You see that building right there? That's the Cleveland supermarket. It's called Heinens. I mean, come on. Look at this. This is a supermarket in America? It hurts me to say it, but no food was acquired. That rotunda is sick though. A rotunda in a supermarket? But this next place we're going to, I'm optimistic. I think, maybe, could be a chance that they could have food there for me to fulfill my hungriness. And this place I'm going to next is one of the few things I do remember doing last time I was in Cleveland. And it was epic, honestly. Like, I thought I was in another world when I went in this building, but we're going to the arcade. It's like I'm in another country right now, but I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. This is a shopping market. I think they have a few restaurants. That's why I was saying maybe I could grab a bite to eat here. And it's also a hotel. This would be, I think it's a Hyatt too. This would be an amazing Hyatt to stay at. Pretty much all of the restaurants in there were closed. I guess they don't open till the evening. So gonna head to the main public square. Maybe there's something there, hopefully. All right, I'm pleased to say that food has been acquired. I got a nice little Philly cheesesteak here from Jake's Corned Beef or Corned Beef Jake. One of the two, something with Jake and corned beef. I got that there. So I'm a happy guy now. Cleveland loves sports. I love sports. So let's go see some sports. Not really. I kind of wish we were seeing a live game, but we're not. Oh, we could see a Browns game. Nah, never mind. I'm not. Why would I do that to myself? Okay. Anyways, we're going to some of the arenas and stadiums in the downtown area. All right, we got Rocket Arena, home of the Cavs, Cleveland Cavaliers. We got some nice glass here. Yeah, kind of a mid-exterior arena. Welcome to Meyer Left Field District, also known as Progressive Field, where the Cleveland Guardians play. Very historic ballpark, 2016 Game 7. If you know, you know. All right, enough sports. We're off to the Playhouse District, which unfortunately does not have a bouncy house playhouse, but it does have the largest chandelier in North America. So I'm here to fulfill probably many of your dreams by seeing the largest chandelier here in North America. I looked it up. I think it's about 44 feet, but can't find that anywhere else except Cleveland, Ohio. All right, I figured it was time to do the #1 attraction here in the city of Cleveland. All right, so Cleveland really likes their rock and roll. They like it so much that they are home to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yes, that is located in the Cleveland, Ohio.
All right, Bryce has officially entered the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The first stop was a Saturday Night Live tribute celebrating 25 years for the show. And then the next floor consisted of some memorabilia and, just other cool information about some of the best rock and rollers of our times. Rock and roller, I hope that's the correct terminology there. Speaking of rock and roller, nah, I'm just playing. But I tried to play the guitar, it sounded terrible. I tried the ukulele. It also sounded terrible. You're welcome for muting the audio here. But yeah, they had this whole playroom. You could try out instruments. And then I hit the main event, the actual Hall of Fame. So this is where all the plaques were representing all the artists and groups who are in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So it was really cool to see that. Right next to this, they have the Power of Rock experience, which I definitely recommend going. The bass is insane. The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum was very interesting, even for someone who is not the most into rock and roll. They have a lot of exhibits and history and stuff like that, but I thought it was interesting. They go very in depth on the history of the social issues that arose when rock and roll was starting to get very popular. So that was neat to see. And look at this right here, man. Beautiful little sunset. It is super nice to actually see a sunset because in Pittsburgh the last 2 months, it's just been dark and cloudy every single day. Like literally, Pittsburgh, there hasn't been a sunset in so long in Pittsburgh. But hey man, just come to Cleveland, 2 hours away, drive over and you can actually see a sunset. The sun actually comes out here. But on a real note, I am just super grateful and super blessed that I get to see beautiful things like this with my very own eyes.
Did anyone know that Cleveland had a beach? Well, I certainly didn't, so I'm gonna go check it out. Welcome to Edgewood Park / Edgewood Beach right here. Yes, let's go. Now you may be asking, why are you here? Why are you on a beach? It's November. I'm here for the view. Apparently it gives good views of the city. So that's why. Cleveland, you have really outdone yourself with this view. I'm not gonna lie, it's so cold. You guys know the game Pinball? Well, first off, I hope you do, because if you don't, you need to get yourself educated. But I'm about to get some reps in, get some training in for Pinball. So yes, I'm going to a pinball bar.
So this was my first ever time to a pinball place, and I was expecting them to have a lot of different pinball machines, but not to the extent that they had. They had so many different machines and different varieties. We got Star Wars right here. They had to have at least 30 different pinball machines. I probably got 0 points here on this pinball hit right there. Anyways, here's a first-person POV of the pinball machine. Nice. Yeah, they got Super Mario Bros. I tried to beat the whole game. I only got to World 2, unfortunately. And then they got the classics like Pac-Man.
I'm getting kind of nice at pinball, all right? From where I was when I first started, when I walked in there, I stayed for about an hour and a half. I was pretty nice at the end. I mean, I could keep the ball alive for like 20 seconds. But anyways, the place that I was just at was called Super Electric Pinball Parlor. It's a mouthful, but you should definitely go check it out. It's really close to downtown Cleveland. All right, so now I'm gonna go grab something to eat, head to my hotel, and go to bed. So I'm done filming for the day because that stuff is boring. See you in the morning. I know I said I was done filming for the night, but I just ate dinner at this place called the Winking Lizard Tavern, and I really wanted to share this. So, funny story, I just realized I somehow forgot my suitcase that had my extra clothes in it back at my apartment. I do not know how this happens. Like, the suitcase is the one thing you need to bring on each trip. I don't know how I forgot it. So I literally only have this pair of clothes. So same sweatshirt, same, oh, you can't see my sweatpants. Same sweatpants. Thankfully, I only stayed in Cleveland for one night, so I'm going back to Pittsburgh tomorrow, but this is what I'm rocking with. Anyways, first up today, I'm going to Mass, and yeah, I just got to wear this because that's the only thing I have to wear to church. So gonna go to Mass and then continue my Cleveland exploration. Are you familiar with the movie Christmas Story from the year 1983? Well, if I'm being honest, I have not seen the movie, but I still did want to visit the house because you can only find the actual house where the movie was filmed in Cleveland, Ohio. And who knows, maybe seeing the house itself will inspire me to watch the movie. It probably won't. But anyways, still cool to see. A Christmas Story was an iconic movie. I think it came out before Home Alone, I think, hopefully. So very iconic Christmas movie, and it was filmed right here in this house. I actually got to start watching some more Christmas movies, though. It's been so long, I feel like, since I've seen an actual Christmas movie, and they just make you feel so warm, so fuzzy, especially around the holiday season, which it's end of November right now, prime time for Christmas movies. For more context, the Christmas Story house is located in a neighborhood called Tremont. It's just a little bit outside of downtown Cleveland, and I've heard it's a really beautiful neighborhood just to walk around, so that's what I'm going to do now. Well, I think I found the beauty everyone's talking about. It is quite windy here in Tremont. I am freezing, to say the least, but cool area. A lot of really nice churches around this park area. And there's this Orthodox church that I saw on the way over here that looked really cool. So I'm going to walk over there now. Okay. So there's this neighborhood in Cleveland or near Cleveland called University Circle, and a lot of people are saying this is Ohio's best square mile. Now, for those of you who might not know, Ohio has a lot of square miles, and I would know that because I've been here for a minute. But when you make a remark like that, I have to go check it out. Ohio's best square mile. That's a crazy status symbol. But anyways, before we go there, I got to walk a mile, unfortunately, back to my car because it's parked far away. Welcome to University Circle. This is actually the home of Case Western Reserve University, which I think it's the smartest school in Ohio. Like, it's an insanely smart school. But we got a lagoon right here. I thought it was a pond, but apparently it's called Wade Lagoon. And a lot of people said, you should walk around the whole thing. So I'm going to walk around the whole thing. So the University Circle is Cleveland's cultural district. It hosts a lot of their big museums. This one behind me, we got the Cleveland Museum of Art behind me. They have close by is a Museum of Natural History. And this place is beautiful. I've walked halfway across that circle, so still got halfway to go. So I know I'm deviating from the Wade Lagoon path, but what is this? What kind of building architecture? I've never seen anything like that in my life. I guess it's literally just a college classroom building. I don't know how you can look like that and then be called the Peter B. Lewis building. No disrespect to Peter B. Lewis. I bet he was a really good guy. All right, I'm about 3/4 of the way done with the circle, and right behind me I got Severance Hall, and this is home to the Cleveland, and this is the home of the Cleveland Orchestra. All right, Wade Lagoon has been completed the lab, got sidetracked a little bit, but got to explore the university and the university circle as a whole, so that was really neat. This is a nice, peaceful, calming place, especially with all the water. I'm sure in the fall, this place is optimal. And as I was walking, I developed an appetite for some food, and Cleveland apparently has a really good food scene, especially Polish food, especially pierogies, which I thought pierogies were a Pittsburgh thing, but whatever. Anyways, we're going to the famous West Side Market to grab some food. I'm excited for this. I like food. West Side Market has been operating in Cleveland since about 1840, and today they have about 110 different vendors within the market. But yeah, we need pierogies and maybe something else too. This is perfect. This is for Thanksgiving. Market Square was extremely crowded, which makes sense because it is Sunday. But man, is that the interior of that place is so cool. It's kind of like the arcade-ish, the interior. But yeah, like I said, over 110 vendors, so many different types of food, all the different types of food you could imagine. They got it there. So I ended up not getting a pierogi because the pierogi place only serves them cold. So I think when you buy them at the market, you're supposed to boil them or cook them yourself, which kind of makes sense considering it is a market. But obviously I don't live here, so I don't have anywhere to cook it here. So I couldn't get the pierogies. But I did get two other things. So this here on the left is called a pasty. I got a chicken pasty. I guess it's a British pastry type of food. I've never had that before. And then here I got a bratwurst with some ketchup and mustard. And that is going to conclude my trip to Cleveland, Ohio. With that being said, let's go back to the very beginning of the video. I asked a question, is Cleveland cool? And the answer is yes. Cleveland is very cool. You have to come check out the city, and I bet you will enjoy it a little bit more than you originally thought. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. I'm going to keep exploring the world, and you should keep exploring the world too.